Well, you're live now.
Awesome. Okay, let me move this over.
Then Jamie, did you guys
Scooch over.
Do you guys know each other?
We do.
Do you guys know me? Do I know you guys?
Now
And
you
do
do.
you guys know Lance?
We do know Lance.
We should all
Everybody-
introduce ourselves.
I am Lance.
Hi.
I operate the camera.
That's good. I'm Jenna. I don't operate the camera, clearly, because I'm probably not even in the shot. And I'm going to move myself around like a little pretzel. So let's get into a little bit more of this is sort of my background. I spent 12 years as a sportscaster. Did you guys know that?
I did.
Like, Ben, start with you. Tell me what you do for a living.
So I work at SPM Soccer. It's a new company of sport professional management. We just started 10 months ago, and I'm the head agent right now.
So it doesn't even matter what Ben said, because he's got this like deep, raspy voice, ridiculously good looking. His biceps are busting out of his shirt, even though it's 112
It's a tight
degrees.
shirt, to be honest.
It's a tight shirt, to be perfectly honest with you. But it doesn't even matter, because he's got that whole Clark Kent thing happening where he's like, I don't know, like I stand next to trees and I just look at them, and I'm like, that is amazing. When did you start doing that? Right? All right, how would you describe what you do for a living?
I thought you were going to say, how do I describe what Ben does?
How would you describe what Ben does for a living?
So, Ben is like the young and upcoming start of, I guess, our company would say. Like, he does soccer.
Okay.
So, we've always done hockey for years.
What do you mean done hockey?
So, Louis Gross started the company.
What's the company?
Sports Professional Management.
Sports Professional Management.
Yes.
It's like a management company for
Yeah.
what? Athletes?
It's an agency, yeah.
It's like
Okay.
Jerry Maguire.
Now people
That's how I say it, yeah.
Listen, I need you to explain it like I'm 7, and then when you're done, you need to re-explain it like I'm 4.
Exactly. So I'm the Renee Zellweger, like carrying the fish. But
I get
do a
it!
little more than the fish, but yeah.
She completes me. I get it now. Okay, go on. Can I call you Renee? What should I call you?
Yeah, I know. Jamie Bazo. So I have been with Louis Gross in the company for 15 years now.
Okay.
A long time. We've always done hockey. So
NHL hockey.
NHL hockey. We have players from minor leagues to Europe to
You
retired,
rep them,
past,
you
present,
manage them,
everything.
You take care of whatever the PR, public
And the
affairs.
tax work as well.
and
and
their
the-
tax work, which is huge.
Can't even handle it.
Louis is like the tax guru.
Ah.
Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
big time.
Okay.
So we do everything for them. And Ben then recently approached, I think we should do soccer. So he started off our intern though, actually.
Okay, why? Did you play soccer?
Yeah, soccer was like my biggest passion growing up. I went into the Syracuse Sport Management School knowing that one day I want to represent athletes, and looking back when I had more internships, I realized soccer would be the perfect fit. And with soccer growing really fast in this country, now is the perfect time to get into it. So after the internship with Sports Professional Management, I approached Louis. I told him that being an agent is exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I really want to get into soccer. And I told him, I'm like, for your agency, this might be the perfect time to get into it. So I presented a whole PowerPoint, just went through the growth of the...
Did you use an overhead projector?
I did not use a laptop.
I just wanted to visualize the
But it
PowerPoint
was-
presentation.
yeah, but it was a pretty detailed PowerPoint, and just about the growth, about projections that I think could be made.
Yeah.
And I was telling him that I think we can make this in the next couple of years one of the biggest soccer agencies in the country. And he agreed, and we started 10 months ago, and things are going really well.
So let me just ask you this, in all honesty, I covered I covered the Rochester Rhinos a million years ago. I covered a little MLS when I was a sportscaster. And every year it was, soccer is going to be the next big thing in this country. Soccer is really coming to soccer, but then it didn't quite happen yet. But I actually truly believe that you're like, this is it. Like, soccer is now going to start becoming so mainstream. Is that the case?
It's getting there. I mean,
Like,
they
what's
just got...
keeping it from being
So,
there?
we last...
1-0? That's what's keeping it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 years ago, the MLS got TV rights with ESPN, and that already just skyrocketed the whole business, because now everything is TV rights.
Yeah.
That's where the mainstream of money is coming through. So,
Right.
And just as far as attendance now for these teams, it's never been better. Even the USL Pro, there's some USL Pro teams like Sacramento, they're drawing close to 25,000 fans every game. That's just a minor
Is that
league.
the MLS?
That's the USL Pro. That's just a minor league team.
Oh, that's not even the MLS.
That's not even MLS. And the MLS teams are drawing a tremendous amount of fans. And the fan base just is getting really passionate as well. So
Okay.
it's only going to grow. And the CBA changes every couple of years. The last CBA, the collective bargaining agreement,
Okay.
for how much like the salary.
Did I not tell you to talk to me like I'm 7? I mean, would you talk to my, you
See,
know?
that's why I said
Also,
Jerry
yeah,
Maguire.
exactly.
Jerry Maguire it for me. So basically, soccer's going to be the next big thing.
I really think it is.
Okay. Because all I know from soccer is like a bunch of crazy people at the bar down the street going, you know, man, you did such and such and such. And I'm like, man, you are right on it. So keep thinking that is what all I have to say. So, Jane, you guys still doing hockey?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And you say it because you probably know so much about it and you know these guys inside and out.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny that I wasn't a hockey fan. I was an athlete. I loved sports, but I was like, I loved watching football. I loved
Yeah.
watching baseball, and I wasn't really into hockey.
Yeah.
So when it started, I kind of was like, all right, why not? You know, like I was just out of college. It was kind of like, all right, I'll do this for a little while. I never thought 15 years later, I'd still be sitting here like this.
Right.
And we're kind of like a family.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, people say that, and it's really not true, but we really are. And with our players, I mean, hockey players are the nicest, most genuine, down-to-earth
Yeah.
people you will ever meet. And now we just have such relationships with them that they're just part of our lives.
So tell me your background again. I know you glossed over it. Did you play sports in college? Where'd you go to college?
I did. I just went local around here.
Okay.
But I actually started out, it's a funny story, everybody loves hearing, I was Louis Gross's babysitter when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I used to babysit his 3 kids all the time.
But listen, Brian Cashman was like a janitor or something.
Yeah,
Now
see?
he's like the GM of the Yankees. All right.
Bill
so I was-
Belichick was the equipment manager.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
See? You never know.
I mean, I did a show in my front yard, and then look what happened. I got all Oprah on you guys. Go on.
So I started out that, and then after the 2004 lockout, Louis approached me and said, do you want to come work for me? You know what, you need to be trustworthy, you need to, you know, be
Yeah.
outgoing, have a good personality. It's a lot of stuff, you
Sure.
know? I said, okay, fine. Fast forward to now, and we just do everything for the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, tax work, PR, their marketing, their memorabilia, their social media, you know, it's a lot.
So
It's
for-
a lot on them.
For people that don't realize, are there a lot of people that think that athletes have it made? They just wake up and they go play a game,
Oh, gosh.
and then they collect their money, and then they go to sleep at night with either their wife or someone else's wife. I don't
Yeah.
know. Whatever. I'm not discriminating. But give me an idea when you say we take care of hockey athletes or we take care of athletes, what that encompasses. Like A to Z, it is a lot. Like these
It's a
guys
lot.
have a ton going on, and it's
It's
so
a lot.
much more off the ice almost than it is on the ice, right?
Yeah, and you know what? It's and people always say, like you said, oh, they get paid so much money and all they have to do is go play hockey. If it were only that simple,
Tell me.
that's not how it operates. You know, like even the tax work and the tax preparation, and you know, they're making large sums of money, but you also have to protect that money. You have to make smart decisions with it. You have to surround yourself with people that you trust. You know, everybody's a brand too in their own self. That one day they can make a wrong, bad decision and they're done.
Yeah.
And you know, it ends up affecting their career, or they can make a really good decision and become a superstar overnight. You
Right.
know, so it's all that little stuff logistically. People bother
But it's
them.
also appearances, right?
Memorabilia,
PR, memorabilia.
signing, marketing stuff. You know, they get hounded with so many calls and so many autograph requests
Yeah.
and even make a wish requests and all that stuff. It's kind of hard when you're playing so many games and traveling for you to coordinate it. Like,
Right.
you need somebody else to kind of handle all that stuff.
So let me tell you my hockey story. I was covering.
I'm excited.
It was, you'll like this story. It was
Okay.
the Flyers Penguins
Wow.
playoff game a while ago. I was working in Philly at the time, and it was I want to say it was like game 3 or something. There was a little pressure on the line.
Yeah.
And so we went out, we covered the game, and then afterwards we flew into the Flyers locker room afterwards to start doing post-game coverage.
Yeah.
And I was relatively new. I just got to Philly. I came from Rochester, so occasionally I would cover a Sabres game, but not enough to know the team at all. So I walk into the locker room, and I look up, and there are all the shoes on the ceiling. Shoes were glued to the ceiling. So of course, me, being exactly who I am, Jenna, just thought I was upside down. I swear to God. I was like, what the hell? So I swear, I like looked down, I looked up, and there are all these shoes. And so I turned to Mark Recchi, who used to play for the Flyers, and I
Yeah.
said, what the hell, dude? What is this? And he's like, oh yeah, those are the rookies. Hey, we just, we crazy glued their shoes to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are they going to get home? Like, how are they going to get their shoes? And I mean, like, the least important thing. Like, I had to turn around stuff for the 11 o'clock show really, really fast. And seriously, I was like, so tell me about the third. I was obsessed with the shoes on the ceiling. But you want to know something? The rookies were so sweet. They're like, oh, that's so funny. That's really funny. I'd be like, my shoes are crazy glued to the ceiling, you losers.
Well, actually, I thought your shoes were at Stephanie's feet.
The shoes are glued to Stephanie's feet. You saw that, yes.
I saw that.
Well, yeah, although she has a different size. She just bought my same shoes. Love those guys. They are fun. They are lighthearted. They are, to me, the only professional athletes, and I covered every athlete across the board that does not take themselves that seriously.
Completely.
Enough to just, they love the game they play, and they've been playing it since they were like 5 years old. Most of them on frozen lakes, and they're the same guy. Most of them are the same guy, back then that they are today, and it is so refreshing.
And that's what I think is so great about the sport. Like, a lot of them didn't come from a ton of money. They came from parents that gave up every weekend, every minute to drive them 6 hours to go play somewhere.
Right.
Equipment's not cheap for hockey, so
No.
their parents saved every penny to get them the best skate. And they're just so dedicated. They're such family people. They really care about you as a person, and they're not making it up,
Right.
like, they're totally real, they're genuine, they have funny stories. I was talking to one of our players yesterday. It's a small community. They all know each other.
Yes.
They all know about each other.
Yes.
They all know the same people, and
Everyone knows someone named Pavel. Right?
They do.
That's my hockey. The NHL, where everyone knows someone named Pavel.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I should do NHL comedy.
You should.
That's what I should. There's a big
should.
market for that. Big market.
Yeah.
Big market. I would imagine that is the opposite of soccer. The soccer player gets out of bed, maybe or maybe not. Maybe they wear shin splints, maybe they don't. I mean, shin guards. And then they just run around. I mean, there are countries where they're not even really using a ball. Let's face it. They're just using like a bunch of leaves that were sort of pasted together.
I mean, as far as the sport goes, I think soccer and hockey are very comparable.
Yeah.
As far as like strategy and as far as the people too, like a lot of these guys remind me of certain hockey players I met through SPM. They're just laid back, like you said, don't really take themselves too seriously, and at the same time are just like just normal act, and they know that they're normal people. They're just good guys. So it's just really comparable as far as both sports.
So you've been an agent now. Can I call you an agent?
You call me an agent.
Yeah,
even though technically it's supposed to be an intermediary.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You've been an IA.
We won't get to
You've been a baby McGuire. You've been baby McGuire. Baby Jerry McGuire for 10 weeks now.
10 months.
10 months. Is it everything you thought it was going to be? Because I get tons of people that want to talk to me about. I really want to go into being a sports agent. Can I just pick your brain a little bit?
Of course.
I don't know anything. I don't know what it's about. But is it everything you thought it was going to be?
I mean, so far it's it's still the early stage. We're still building the soccer vision, but it's been great. I've already a couple clients, and all of them are really easy to work with, and I'm getting generally very close with them. The whole thing that really drew me to be an agent was the connections to have with the people you work with, and I'm already starting to find that, and it's only been 10 months.
Right.
So it's been great.
That's awesome. I guess the negative side comes in when you start working with egos.
Yeah.
Right? And then it becomes difficult to deal with, and then when you can't get them to do something, nothing works. You guys can't get anything, and it turns into a whole big mess. But I would imagine you guys picked the two sports with the coolest people and the sort of most giving players of their time and their energy and all of it.
Yeah. And we're a small firm.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes it a little more, I don't know, homey, cozy, that we're not we don't take anybody also. That's another thing. Like, that's a hard thing as even an agent to say, like, I don't want to represent you. Like, we have to, Lewis prides himself in that we are so close to our players that, like, you have to be a good person too.
Right.
And that then reflects, through your play. So I think that makes a huge difference.
What is the over-under on how many times a week a player will call you up and ask him to show him the money? What? I'm talking over-unders. I thought you wanted me to do that.
Hey, it's good. Your whole comedy thing. It's like that. You now have two. We have Pavel. We have
Pavel. I've given you two great NHL lines.
That's two
already.
good ones.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Like what's the rest of my day like? Like what else am I going to do today after that? I mean, I might as well just retire at this point. Thank you. I like George Costanza. But I think that the fact that it's a small agency is kind of cool. And
That's what,
and you get to know each other, and you're all kind of doing the same thing. You don't dip into soccer.
No, a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. I like not being the agent and letting leaving that to them, that
Right.
I don't have to get screamed at or
Are you
yelled
the
at
only
them.
girl in the pack?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. It's a. I'm sure you know, but it's very interesting being the only
I love
woman
it.
usually surrounded. You know,
The
by
only
men.
girl in a boys' club is always a good place to be. If you're strong enough
Yeah,
to
you
go
definitely do.
head to head, you know your stuff.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you shouldn't be given anything.
No.
You gotta earn respect, you earn the privilege, you earn the honor, and you earn the title.
Completely. And I think if you know that mindset going in, and you have to be confident, like you
Yeah.
have to know your stuff. I
Right.
say all the time, if you don't know what you're talking about,
They're so transparent.
you will be eaten alive, and then they will literally just have no time. And there's no black or white. Like they know right away if you don't know
Right
your
away.
stuff, and they show you zero
Yeah.
respect. You know, it's not kind of.
Yep.
So I'm okay with it because I know my stuff. I know I'm good at what I do. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I say all the time, like, you don't have to come to us. I don't have to work, you know, with
Right.
you. But that's your loss. Like, I know I'm good at what I do. I know I can get the job done. It's your loss if you don't want to take it, you know? And you have to have that, though.
So I know that you work for Lewis,
Mhm.
and I know that you're in hockey. But do you want to leave all that behind and just come be my best friend? Because I need someone like you to walk the streets with me. And if I'm like, I don't know if I could, jump up onto that bench, you'd be like, you can do it,
Totally.
and you will do it because you've earned the right to do it. And meanwhile, I'll have shin cuts and scrapes, but I'll try to do that bench jump. I love your fire. I love your energy. Like you can tell that you are just so jazzed and so pumped and so fired up to be doing what you're doing.
I want to work out with you.
Oh, anytime. This is easy.
That's what I told him. I'm like, come on. I'm
Any-
trying
I
to get
had a
him to
feeling
work
that would
out.
happen. I was like, I feel
She
a
said-
little run approaching between.
Okay, let me just tell you.
She runs more than anyone. She's literally Forrest Gump.
Okay, so I'm not a runner.
Really?
But I do everything else. When it comes to plyometrics, like I could sit down and give you 1,000 mountain climbers. Right
Really?
now.
I
I could
love it.
do 100 burpees in probably 5 minutes if I needed to. But
Really?
you tell me to run more than 3 miles, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Are we almost done? You'd be like, you've been running for 8 seconds.
That was me. I was not a runner.
I have a bad knee.
Oh, then you
I played years of volleyball, so I'm all cartilage, baby.
Yeah.
I'm bone on bone. But I'm doing Spartan races now,
Wow.
which are amazing. So 5 miles is usually my limit.
Yeah, but that's uphill.
It's up a ski slope.
Totally different terrain.
Crazy.
And
Yeah.
it's obstacles that are not like, just a typical run or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I mean that's a good
Well,
one.
if you are interested, let's do a workout live on the show. Would you work
Yeah.
out with me on the show?
She'd totally kill me, I feel like.
No. Because if it gets too hard, she'll just run away.
At least I can run away.
Yeah.
And if you want to be a comedy routine, you get me running. I'll be very far in the back.
I
so.
love, yeah, but all you gotta do is take your shirt off and nobody's laughing anymore.
Every day I'm like, Ben, did you work out today? He's like, no.
Take your
Really?
shirt off, you'll be fine.
I don't know about that.
All right, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna work out with me.
All right.
Then you were gonna watch and laugh, and cheer us on. I love your energy. I love what you do for a living. If I wasn't a sportscaster, I was either going to be a producer or a sports agent.
You'd be so good at it.
Thank you.
You would.
Thank
you would.
you.
Totally.
I
And
really-
you could work out with them.
And I could work out with them.
And you'd probably do better than them.
I would do better. And I would. Did you see what she said? I would 100% be doing better than them.
Oh, you would,
She
without
guaranteed
question.
it. There was no
Without
question.
question.
She said no question.
Yeah.
Maybe get some of the hockey players to come work out with you.
Yeah,
also.
we could do that.
Anytime you want.
I would love to
I don't
see
know
you.
if any of my old guys are still playing anymore, like my Eric Lindros, and none of those guys
No.
are playing. Because I'm 100. Because I'm 90 years old, and these guys are 4. All right, self-deprecation time is over. I love what you do. I'm really fired up for you. I'm excited for the season. It didn't start yet.
No, not yet.
Cool. I'm glad I know that. Your season started because it literally goes 16 months a year.
Forever.
Very
Yeah,
well.
forever.
I mean, I turn on any of those, all the stations in between the channels I really want to watch, and there's always some soccer game on.
Always. And I asked him, I'm like, wait, they're still playing?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not used to that,
The only break, there's friendlies. So like this is considered the off month for not even MLS, for overseas. But these guys are playing friendlies every week.
And when he
Okay.
first told me friendlies, I'm like, that's ice cream.
That's what I said. I'm like, they make amazing paninis.
Yeah, I'm like, that's ice cream. And he's like, no, not the ice cream. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, no.
But I
it's
will
wrong
tell
friendlies.
you, I watched the World Cup Argentina game. Was that an exciting
The
game?
Euro Cup?
Yeah, the Euro Cup.
Yeah.
It was a while
It's
ago.
really
It was like
exciting,
last year. Okay. And my dad was over, and we watched it together. And I only had one kid at the time, and she was sleeping. And my dad got excited, and we were like,
And you're
cheering,
like,
and I'm
please don't yell.
Yeah, I'm like, if you could just go like this, like that would be amazing. But you guys are great and awesome, and I love what you're doing, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you
and,
so much.
You too.
Thanks for your time.
Come back.
We would
We
love to.
will.
I'm fired up for you
We
guys.
will.
Like, I'm so excited to watch maybe soccer, but definitely hockey.
definitely
this year.
hockey. And the World
Absolutely.
Cup.
And the World Cup.
World Cup of hockey.
Oh, the World Cup of
Hockey.
hockey.
Yeah, in September.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, we have 2 players going, which is big news.
Amazing.
So.
Are you allowed to say who?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Johnny Gaudreau and Brandon Saad. So that's
Obviously, those two guys.
You know, Johnny is actually, what's Johnny's nickname?
Johnny Hockey.
Johnny Hockey's a great
Yeah.
nickname.
Yeah.
Do you know his friend Pavel Hockey? Much lesser known, of course. He stays behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. And let's come back. Let's do it again.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
Tell Lewis I say hi because he doesn't know me. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this.